Hello everyone, Jolene here from Bookworm Adventure Girl. Welcome back. I hope that you are all well. This is where I talk about the books that I'm reading. I like to read diverse books, diverse authors, and I highlight Canadian literature. So if you are new, thank you so much for checking out my channel. Please hit subscribe and stick around. Hopefully the weather's also nice where you are. It is still nice here. We're starting to get the fall weather, which I love. But today I'm going to be talking about the books that I hauled in September. The TBR stack is currently sitting at 1,518, so it's going to go up. And as usual, I am going to start with the books that I received from publishers and ZG Stories. And first up from ZG Stories and Metonymy Press, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, I received the Sacred Heart Motel by Grace Kwan. This is a book of poetry that will be published on November the 5th. The poems in this collection supposedly brings the reader on a tour of the motel and various aspects of it. So this is a debut, so I'm really looking forward to finding out what type of poet Grace Kwan is. Grace Kwan is based out of Vancouver and is Malaysian born as a sociologist. So this is the first time that I've really been introduced to Grace, and I'm hoping that this will be a really good collection. So also from ZG Stories and Harbour Publishing, this is a non-fiction book that is coming out on October the 19th. And it's called From a Square to a Circle by Delores Churchill. This is a book about Haida basketry, and it's about Delores, like Dolores's memories of learning how to weave. So this has life stories, cultural stories, and basketry instructions. So there's a lot of pictures. I will be talking a bit more about this book when I talk about Framed in September, so be sure to stay tuned for that. So with these two books, it brings the TBR to 1,520. The next book is from the Republic of Consciousness. It has, I think, a beautiful cover. It's called Queenless by Mira Marcinnow. It's translated from the Polish by Maggie Zebracka, and it's set in Poland, and it's about a woman who is grieving her mother, and it explores a mother-daughter relationship. Normally, this would totally be my thing. I think it's a little close to home right now, so I will have to pick it up in a little bit, when I've had, I think, a bit of time with my own grieving for my mom. But this is definitely one that I want to pick up. And then sticking with the bee theme, I also picked up The Bee Sting by Paul Murray. You probably already know about this. It's like all over BookTube. Plus it was longlisted, I think it was longlisted for the Booker last year. So this is a family saga. Again, totally my thing. It takes place in Ireland, and it's about the Barnes family, who are a dysfunctional family, and their lives are falling apart, somewhat because the family business is going under. So I don't know a whole lot more about it, but I kind of want to keep it that way. I know that every time someone talks about it, I think it will be a story that I will really enjoy. And I had been waiting for the paperback to come out, so hopefully I can get to this soon, and I'm really glad that I got it. So with these two books, that puts the TBR stack at 1,522. The next book on the list I picked up when I was able to meet another BookTuber, Jen from Remembered Reads. She was in town, and we met up at one of our local bookstores here in Calgary. It's called Pages. It's in Kensington. I love that bookstore. We spent most of our time in the used section in the basement. They have quite a big collection down there. And I picked up The Theory of Crows by David A. Robertson, who is an Indigenous author. And when I purchased the book, the person who was checking us out said that she loved this book. So that was really high praise and good news for me. So this is a story about a relationship between a father and daughter. And they are both looking for healing, and they go out into the land and set out on a journey. And I'm hoping that this will be a good one. I've been really wanting to read something from this author for a while, so I hope that it's good. So sticking with another Canadian author, I also picked up Still Life by Louise Penny. This is on the 67 best CanLit books that Lindy from Magpie Reads and I did. And we're going to be talking about this in November. I will leave a link to that video and to the Discord channel if you'd like to join in the discussion. So Still Life is the first book in the Inspector Armand Gamache series. And the series has, I think, 20 books in it at this point. And the series takes place in Three Pines, which is in Quebec. And it just follows the cases that Inspector Gamache gets involved in. So I have watched the series Three Pines that was made based on the series, and I did like it. So I'm really looking forward to starting this series and seeing, what it's all about. I'm not sure if I will continue with the series. You know me and series, but we will see. So with these Canadian books, that brings the TBR stack to 1,524. Now, staying with authors named Louise, I picked up The Sentence by Louise Erdrich. Louise Erdrich is an author that I've been wanting to read for so long. I have a number of her books already on my shelf, and I will eventually get to them. I'm really intrigued by The Sentence. This has a haunted bookstore in it, and ghost stories. And the story takes place over 1 year from All Souls Day to All Souls Day. And the bookseller had been incarcerated and had spent her time reading. So I'm not sure how this is all going to come together, but I'm really looking forward to finding out. And I have a feeling, I have suspicions that there is some dual meaning with the title. And I love when that happens. The final book on my list that I held in September is The Traveling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Arikawa. It's translated from the Japanese by Philip Gabriel. And this is a story about a stray cat named Nana and the person who takes the cat in and their journey. You will be hearing more about this later this month, so stay tuned for that. So with these final books, it leaves the TBR stack at 1,526. So it is coming down, and it will come down even more when I can get to my September wrap-up, which hopefully will be soon. Please let me know if you have read any of these books, if you are interested in reading any of them, or let me know what books you hauled in September that you are most excited to get to. I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to make every day an adventure.